trying to finish up some projects that I started, and so it's given me a lot of time to write on, to write. Remember, the little screenplay I told you about,
Yeah.
that's all coming together. The thing with this is what I wanted to kind of talk about is like
Yeah. Hit me with it.
people are nowadays, or even me, like you think, if you go watch a YouTube video about something for that 10 minutes, you automatically know how to do it.
Right.
It's like that's not the case. You gotta keep tinkering around and finding information and learning and apply those techniques. And that's
Mhm.
what as far as how to write a screenplay, you know what I mean? And all the different things you have to do, the format, everything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm giving myself a break because that's why it's taken so long. Is because, I'm trying to learn as I'm doing.
Mhm.
Um, I was trying to do it that way. And then I stopped and just said, okay, I'm just going to keep learning, gathering information. And then when this pandemic hit, I was able to just apply that and, kind of go back and be like, okay, I remember that, took notes. Anyway, so
So it's kind of like, I mean, now I'm trying to think of how you would even start writing anything, um, like a book or a screenplay, or I'm not a writer, so my mind doesn't think about that kind of stuff. But when I do think of something like that, or like we're having a conversation, I'm like, damn, how would you even get started if you wanted to write a book? It just seems like such a monumental task.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it sounds like you kind of maybe just start writing at some point. You just got to put pen to paper or whatever it is, start typing it up, and
yeah.
then it sounds like you're trying to like figure out the format of that.
Well, yeah, when you don't just write a movie or a screenplay. It has to be, you have to have it's got lines, it's got scenes,
Mhm.
daytime, nighttime, inside, outside, interior, exterior. You gotta, and the way you have to format that when you're typing it out is
Huh.
is what I was mainly talking about. Like if a scene is inside, you have to, put interior, type interior, colon, describe the it's
That's
so much
crazy.
little detail. You have to paint a picture with
You have to set the
it's-
scene, kind of, is what it sounds like.
right,
And
right.
then once you've set that scene, then you write the actual lines.
Then you say what's going on in the scene, and then you have a section for the lines, you know. So inside at a dark dark bar, two people sitting at the bar, bartender, whatever. This is just you got to kind of set that little picture,
Uh,
and then bartender's lines first, whatever the main character, whatever your character's who's in there, you have to kind of
mm. That sounds like a shitload of work.
type, you have to type what they're saying to each other. And yeah. So if you just thought, because who would know? Like you didn't know that you have to
Right.
do all that shit. You would just think you just write a story.
Right. Just like I would think you would start writing a book as if like, okay, this is what I want the person to read, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. People, yeah, yeah. It's not the same. Like when you write I know you know that, but I'm just saying like yeah, it's just more detailed. You gotta kind of go into detail about each scene throughout the whole thing. Whereas a book, you're just telling a story, you know.
Gotcha. So you're in the middle of writing a screenplay right now. Like that's one of your
One of
projects.
my things, and I'm doing a little book. It's probably going to be an ebook now.
Hmm.
I've done a couple drafts, and it's like, but yeah, that's just about comedy. Your
Word.
first couple, probably, I think the first 90 days of comedy is the most important. So
Yeah.
it's just a little book about that.
Nice. So where are you at with where do you think you're at with I guess you're the first draft of that screenplay?
Yeah, the screenplay is just like, yeah, first draft, just typing it out, trying
And
to
like,
go ahead.
where would you say you're at with that? Like, just curious, like percentage wise, like
Oh,
you're still in the beginning steps of writing all that?
no, no, no. It's completely written out how
Oh shit.
how the movie starts, how it ends. Now it's just putting it into the software that I use to
Mhm.
make it look like an actual script that, when people that read scripts, it has to be formatted like we just discussed in a specific manner. So now I'm just trying to implement my story into script form.
Oh, I see.
But when I wrote, each scene out, I went into detail, but when you're typing out the script, you just want to make it as easy as possible for whoever's reading it to follow, and at the same time be able to kind of see it in their head, because they're
Right.
just basically reading shit. So,
Yeah. You really got to paint that picture.
but you don't want to paint it too much to the point where, because none of that stuff really matters. You're just giving them the gist, okay?
Right.
Like, you know, interior apartment, daytime, and splash a little more in there. But anyway, yeah. So I would say I'm in the beginnings of putting what I wrote into that screenplay format, basically.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and yeah, it's not easy because I haven't done anything like that, and I didn't know about any of that, and I'm trying to learn while I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
And
The first time is always with anything
right.
is going to be like that. Just like my intro earlier to the podcast,
That was tight.
absolute garbage.